we have these networks. We've established a WhatsApp group, where we're sharing notes and information and just checking on each other. I hope that will continue. I hope it will. We're actually planning to visit each other's countries. There's 20 of us in class, 9 countries. So we're saying after we're done, we should just take a road trip. Start from down here, go to Malawi, go to Botswana first, go to Zimbabwe, go to Malawi, go to Tanzania, go to Uganda, come to Zambia, So I think it would be nice. The coursework is delivered in an excellent way, but also what you come out from the course is the networks that you develop. And that's a lot, even a lot more important, I think, because, coursework is offered in different places. But what this course does is that it brings the excellent delivery of the coursework, plus the excellent networking, because of the so many different people coming from all over Africa, coming into this course. Then you just develop these networks, unconsciously actually, at the end of the day, because I know when I go to Uganda, I know somebody there, professionally, whom I can work with. If I go to Zimbabwe, I know somebody there. If I go to Tanzania, I know somebody there. I go to Botswana, I can find someone, whom I can work with and relate with professionally. So I think that's an excellent thing about this course. And if the course is talking about developing African leaders, what other way is there apart from doing that? Because the networks that are developed will continue, I'm certain, will continue, and then they're linking us up with the classes that are ahead of us, the classes that are behind us. So in the last 2 years, I now know more than 60 people who I never knew before. So what other way, to develop African leaders and to begin networking and to have like-minded people, getting in touch with each other and checking on what is happening in different countries and sharing ideas and, helping each other. What other way? Because when we all come to this course, we are starting from different positions. But by the time we're reaching midway, we begin thinking, hey, what is being talked about is important. And then we begin having conversations outside class, which sort of pick up on the theme of what is being discussed in class. And, thinking to ourselves, there's something we can do. Surely Africa needs to be at a different position than it is now. And the people who have that responsibility is us. Because we have the authority now, we have the power. I work for the United Nations. There's something I can do. There are colleagues who work in government offices. There are colleagues working in other international institutions, and all sorts of places. There is definitely something we all can do, no matter how small it is. Picking from what we learned in one of the courses, the PDIA, doing something incrementally, no matter how small it is, makes more steps. Before you realize it, you've really traveled a long distance, rather than just sitting and complaining. Because there are things that we can do as professionals working in Africa, and as Africans actually, because it's our responsibility. Personally, I don't see anybody coming from outside Africa to come and develop Africa, because Africa right now has some of the most educated people, some of the most knowledgeable people in the world. We are no different from, our colleagues living in different continents. But then you ask the question, okay, why are we where we are now? Why is what is going on? Why are we allowing it to still go on? The negative things that are happening, because Africa has resources, Africa has the brains, Africa has the people, and young people with a passion wanting to work. So I think what was missing really is somebody just bringing this trying to develop this critical mass, and raising these issues so that people begin thinking about these issues, people begin talking about these issues, and people begin acting, on these issues, knowing that you're not alone. And that's what this course is doing. For me, I go away with a lot. Much more than just the theory, which I would have got from anywhere else. I go away with that, that zing within me and something burning within me, and knowing that what I'm going through, I can call my friend in Botswana and say, hey, this is what is happening here. How do you think I should do this? Who should I talk to? What do you think should happen? And I can call my friend in Zimbabwe. I can call my friend in Uganda, and ask. I like the way it is delivered. I should be very upfront and honest with you. I registered at UCT for an economics course, and I'm glad I didn't go for that one. I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I went for this one, because this one blends the lecturers and professors we have are people who've had good experience for many, many years, practical experience practicing in different parts of the world, and who have also got a good academic background. The blend of the two is very rare sometimes, because most of the times in most of these training institutions, universities, you get people who have very good academic background but who don't have much practice. But for the people we got, who stood in front of us, they have very, very good, very solid, practical experience. And then they bring that practical experience into academia, so they're blending theory and practice and pushing you towards much more practice. Hey, this is what the theory says. This is what practice says. What's your context? What's your context? How can we move you forward into acting? Because at the end of the day, I don't want to demean the pieces of paper we get, but they are just pieces of paper. At the end of the day, is what you do with that piece of paper. It's the action that you take with the knowledge that you have acquired, the piece of paper that you are able to put on your CV. What action are you able to do? So for me, that's much more important. And at the point at which I am in my life, that's what I need. I don't need a lot more theory only. I need the theory, but I need somebody to push me towards practice so that I do something. I don't want my children and my grandchildren and my great-grandchildren to look back and say, hey, that guy, he had a master's degree. There's nothing that he did. What did he do? I want them to look back and say he had a master's degree from UCT, from the Nelson Mandela School, and this is what he did. This was his small contribution. And then they pick it up from there, and the next generation does the same thing. So for me, that's how I see Africa moving forward and our countries moving forward. We need to start moving. Small steps, incrementally, but, moving forward nevertheless.